Greetings, friends. Grooming Publishers Clearinghouse Scammers. Here's a hilarious example of my grooming technique used on Publishers Clearinghouse Scammers. In this video, James belts out his best Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers, and James Cameron's My Heart Will Go On, composed by the late James Horner. James has maintained contact with my character, Susan Walker, since May of this year. In the 4 months that I have baited James, I have unleashed some of the wildest storytelling that I've ever come up with in my life. I use this as an advantage with the scammers to coax them into giving up what I am actually after, the money mule victims, which I liberate by reporting them to the Scam Pond, a division of my company led by my partner, Chappie Gray. And now for your enjoyment, I give to you James the PC8 Scammer, belting out his very best.
What'd you have?
I just had some soup, some chicken.
Oh, chicken soup's good. Was it chicken noodle or what kind of chicken? Chicken tortilla?
No, just chicken noodle, like a ramen noodle with, I put some chicken breasts
Oh,
in it.
you put
Yeah,
chicken, you
I
put
like
chicken boobies in it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I like boobies.
Chicken
How are you
boobies.
doing?
I'm doing goody good. I feel real good. Um, I had a, it was an okay day. I just basically cleaned house. I haven't done that in a while. I felt the energy. Um, I'm thinking of getting a lazy boy recliner so that I can kick back and read some books like I used to when I was younger, you know.
So what do you do and like how you don't work anymore? Like, how is your
Well,
days?
I've been spending time at outreach services for impoverished kids. So I
Yeah.
guess you can say I'm becoming a spokesperson for people, young people who have fallen upon hard times, and I tell them
So,
to take every day one step at a time, one day at a time, to try their best to always look positive and think positive about not just themselves but about their family and their friends, and to consider a friendship to be worth more than gold, because as you grow older you start to drift away from your friendships, and then when you get to be in your elderly lady days, you'll thank
yeah,
yourself
you're alone
for being like that.
doing that.
So honey,
Wow.
I have I have a gift for you, but I'm gonna tease you. You said you would sing some songs with me, and I really do miss that. It makes me grow so attached to you
Yeah.
when we sing.
What is the gift? I forgot to ask you about it.
It's
You
gonna
said you
be a
had a surprise for me.
surprise. It's gonna be a surprise, sweetie. So,
Oh,
are you up for
can you give
some?
me a hint?
Um, it goes really fast.
This Angel, I think I sound horrible.
No, honey, you sound. I don't. I think people are too hard on themselves. When a person sings, it brings a piece of them out. It doesn't matter if you sing bad. It's just the fact that you're singing. It's the cherished moment. That's what makes it special.
All right,
But
all
to
right.
be honest,
I'm ready now.
okay.
I'm ready now. Are you gonna sing with me?
Yes, I am. My darling.
I'm for you to touch a long, lonely time. And time goes by so slowly. And time can do so much. I need your love. I need your love. I need your love to be. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, and open arms off the sea, yeah. Lonely rivers sigh, waiting for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me.
Oh, James, lead to the sea, to the heart, to the sea. Love to the sea, yeah.
Lonely rivers are waiting for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me. Oh, my land, oh, I'm hungered for your touch. A long, lonely time goes by. I can do so much for you. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Give love to me. To me, lonely rivers flow to the sea, open arms off the sea. Wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me.
Oh, wow. James, you swept me off. You sweeping me off my feet. That was beautiful.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
Getting better.
Yes, you are.
So what are you gonna sing for me? Are you gonna sing me a song?
Well, now we're going to sing some Titanic. I can't have singing without my Titanic. My heart must go on. Here it comes. Oh, this gives me shivers.
I see, I feel you, that is how I know you. Oh,
Sing it, baby.
And faces between us, you let go the story rolling. Beautiful.
Oh, wow. James, that was
Barry ever
beautiful.
sing to you?
Oh, wow. Honey, thank you
welcome.
so much. That was special. That made me feel like a queen. Thank you. I want to buy you a one flight ticket to Salt Lake City so we can meet. How does that sound?
That doesn't sound bad. That can be arranged.
I would pay for the whole trip. It would be amazing. So what do you think? When
But
can we do
remember, I
this?
have work. Remember, I have work, so I have to be here too. So I have to try to get some time off from work to do
Okay,
that.
well, as soon as you can, you let me know. I'll have you just sign up for a flight on Expedia and then let me log in and I'll pay for the ticket. How does that
Yeah,
sound?
but honey, don't let me. Well, it sounds good, but don't let me build up my hopes for you, and then you backed out on me like that. You know.
No, honey. All I need
Dude,
is for you to say,
I was.
all I need you to do is set up Expedia account, and then when you pick your ticket, I will then log in and pay for it with my bank card, and get you over here so we
Okay,
can
I will
meet.
do that. But I have to apply for some time off from work to do that.
Okay, well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not planning on meeting anybody. I'm all for you. So my thinking is just do what you can. Talk them evil bosses into giving you some time off, and then you can come and give me some nubbins in person.
I was looking forward for that, but things didn't work out the way it planned.
Well, honey, I don't have any commitments at all. I do go out to outreaches to speak to young people, but they're unplanned. I could change on a dime. It wouldn't be that hard. We just need to get you to pick out your tickets and I'll buy them for you, honey. We'll get you down here. This will be amazing.
Okay. And where will I stay? I'll stay at your place, all right?
Of course. Just you and I.
Okay. Wonderful. Remember, you take out Bradley.
Well, yeah, that was poor Brad. Oh, yeah, okay. It still makes me laugh that to this day there could be someone out in the world taking their next snort of either cocaine or they're cooking their heroin and it's got a little bit of my Bradley in there.
But I heard you cook his favorite meal.
Yeah, well, that's how the way it worked is I was so wrought and scarred up by him, I went into a state of hysteria and I cooked a tuna casserole and I stuffed it with Dr. Shop's OxyContin. I went to like 6 doctors to get the pill and I stuffed it into the casserole. And then he loved it. He was gobbling it down. And I told him I was trying to watch my weight, so I was just watching him from the foyer, the doorway, and I said, "Drink your wine, honey. It's good for you." And I guess my idea didn't work. I thought it would kill him, but it didn't. He just flopped over the table and he started frothing. And that's when I called my sister, and she called Ray, and they came over and we did what we had to do to get rid of him. So
yeah,
you can't just say that I'm the one.
You weren't eating. You weren't eating.
What? I didn't eat.
You weren't eating with him. You weren't.
No, he didn't see it, but I took a little bit of the casserole and put it in my bowl on the part where I didn't stuff the OxyContin, and I just nibbled at it just in case. Because I didn't want any of the drugs to bleed over into my portion. So, and I ate very little. And he asked me, "Why aren't you eating a lot?" And I said, "Because I'm trying to get skinny for you, baby." And he was just wolfing it down. But he got frothy mouth. And that's when I got Heather and Ray to help me take the rest of them out. So it's really the 3 of us.
That's when you hit him with the frying pan.
Yeah. And then we found a friend who could help us burn them. He burned them up into some fine powder, and then I guess Ray knew someone who was doing drugs and sold it to them to cut with their drugs, and we just kind of we came back home and we just reminisced it one night. We were just drinking some beer, and I guess Heather was getting ready to do a line because she was doing drugs back then. And we just looked at her and we just had a big chuckle because we knew that my Bradley was out there being snorted by drug users. And I just thought that just fitting.
Wow. So, did he report him missing or something? Did he report him missing or something?
Yeah, they did. I was under suspicion for, I think, 3 days, but what I didn't tell you is that I had already gone to the police department with bruises and photos of me because he was beating me up until that point.
Oh, so that's when your sister hit you.
Right, well...
You guys are very smart.
Well, we're my father's children. Like I said, my dad was a prolific farmer. We didn't know. We didn't know the specifics of what he farmed until years after he came to us in a big yellow barrel by 2 Mexicans, and they just took off without saying anything. and I was 14, and Raymond, he didn't know what the barrel was. Robert, the oldest, he finally asked Mom if we could pry it open, and when we did, he looked in and said, "I don't get it. Why is Dad's initials on the pails? Nothing but water in here." And I looked at it, and it was kind of pinkish, but I didn't understand. And we looked at my mom, and she was putting her hand to her mouth, and she went off and barfed. She threw up, and we didn't know what was going on. The next thing we know, there was cops all over the place. They were taking samples, and my mom sat us down and basically broke it to us. Said, "Those are the liquefied remains of your father." And I was like,
Wow.
"Oh my God, what did Dad do?" And she was getting drunk, and the police had left. They took the evidence, and she was starting to pack because we knew we needed to leave. And she broke the story to us. And at first I thought it was kind of cool. My dad was growing cocoa until she mentioned that there was a man named Pablo Escobar, and she showed us a picture of this guy. I wouldn't realize the weight of it until I was well into medical school, that my dad was Pablo Escobar's biggest plantation of cocoa.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
And it made sense because while my mom was frantically packing, Ray took a metal detector with Robert, and they went out in the yard and unearthed over 32 suitcases full of hard cash. It was crazy. It was crazy. They finally hooked us up with witness protection, and my mom fell in love with the officer that was checking on us, and he did some financial rigging to clean the money. I don't know how they managed to do it, but by the time it was said and done, it ended up into the hands of the corporation that, as you well know, controlled my life up until the moment we finally signed off on July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird. Growing up, I always had this mysterious respect for my father, but it was only because he was only home for short periods of time. He wasn't a very animated person. He was kind of dull, but he was a loving father. But he was always on the go. He was always home for dinner one night, and then he'd be gone for a week, sometimes a month. But he would always come back with presents, things that some of us we didn't recognize, and now I know were presents from Colombia, because he would go down and meet with Pablo. And I guess my dad actually ran plantations in Colombia, but he also, I guess, had plots of land in Georgia, Louisiana, where he was growing it there as well, and that's why he was such a prolific farmer.
So what happened to those properties?
I don't know.
Liquefied?
Well, no, Isabella, when it hit, when Hurricane Isabella hit, all that evidence was destroyed from the hurricane. So.
Oh.
It's like, my dad was a very smart person. Literally built the core of his cocoa plantation in an area of the United States that would get hammered every other year by hurricanes. It just so happened when that one hit, it was just laid to waste. So, but, you know, what do you do?
Wow.
What are you going to do with the cocoa plant? What do you do with cocoa plants?
But he...
See, growing cocoa isn't illegal. Growing cocoa plants, even just making chocolate. Have you ever seen what it takes to make chocolate? It's on YouTube. You should look it
Yeah,
up.
you have. It's a different plan.
Yeah, it's not something that
Yeah.
we could it's not something that we could do until the 19th century. I mean, it requires technology to make chocolate. Cocoa was actually the natives in Colombia would chew the cocoa leaf for the stimulant effect, but it was nowhere near as potent as cocaine, of course. It's the processing of the cocoa plant, the various chemicals that they process it with it that turn it into the illegal drugs.
Okay, I get it now. Thank you.
So you talk to your boss and tell him you need to take a week off and then sign up at Expedia, pick out your flight, and let me log in and I'll pay for the dang thing with my bank card. And get you down here.
Sweetheart. I will do. I'm gonna request it tomorrow.
Okay.
It tomorrow.
Wonderful. I can't wait to meet you. It's going to be like the best day of my life.
I can't wait too. See, I've been talking with you like for 2 months, 2 to 3 months now, and I've been with you throughout everything that happened, you know?
I know, but all it takes, honey, is the commitment that we've already shown each other and the driving force of mad love, and we will be embracing each other. It's so sweet.
Grooming publisher clearinghouse scammers. In the coming months, I will be releasing edited editions of numerous epic scam baits involving stories that I have invented on the fly to trick these scammers into becoming fascinated with me. From Susan Walker to Play Ray, Raymond Carter, my Uncle Dan character, and even Cosmo, I have amassed quite a treasure trove of wicked storytelling, all in the effort to liberate the victims of this scam, who are mostly elderly folk who have been tricked into laundering money for them. I'll be uploading that content very soon. Take care, everyone.